in your trial and in your situation, that is demonstrating that you have confidence in God, and God gets to have an opportunity to tell you how this thing, this trouble that you're going through is going to actually help you get to accomplish your vision. So we have that A, that action. That means you got faith in God, and in order to have faith in God, you got to do something. Faith in God is not just saying I got faith in God and I'm just going to not try to help this thing come to pass. I'm not going to try to get to know what God wants from me. I'm not going to try to. That's not faith. Faith is more than lip service. How would you feel if a man told you he loved you all day but didn't treat you that way? How would you feel if your best friends told you they love you all day but they treated you bad? They didn't call you on the phone. They didn't text. When you call, they don't call you back or none of that. Then that's not real love. So when you say you have faith in God, you're saying I have confidence that God can get me through this to something better. So you have to take action. And there are many different actions depending on what your vision actually is. Okay, let's get to the last one so we can end this. I know you all are stuck in the house. I want to give you all this challenge to do because I actually did the same thing with my kids, with my mom, and everybody. And the last one is S. S is for success, right? Success is what I call subjective. Thank you. Success is subjective. That means my version of success doesn't have to be your version of success or her version of success. So you cannot let other people determine whether or not you did a great job. You cannot let the applause be your motive, because in the beginning, there will be very few and far in between people that are going to support you or encourage what your passion is. But remember, God put it there, so it's invisible for a time. So you can't let the applause and acceptance of others be your drive for whether or not you're successful. So before you start your vision, you have to determine what success looks like. And along the way, that vision will continually be revised. So you have to start off with small things. So let's give the house example again. If you wanted to get a house or buy a house, then success should not be having the house. Success should be making sure I'm on my job, the amount of years required for the appropriate credit. And most of the time, that's 2 years. So if you put a house on your vision board today, then you're going to be sitting around waiting 2 years to get a house, because you got to wait 2 years to be on your job, if that's a requirement. That wasn't one of my things, so I don't really know yet. I had a house, rented a house, and it was too many bills for me. I was like, you got to pay the light bill, the gas bill, the trash bill, the insurance, the cable. Then you got to do your own maintenance and your own yard. And I was like, I ain't trying to do all that. I just want to live, and I like to have amenities. I like for somebody to come and do my own maintenance. I like to be watching the landscapers cut the grass. Y'all will ever see me with a house. Unless I done hit some millions, and then I'll probably be staying in a penthouse somewhere. I don't, that's somebody else's dream. So they will put that on their vision board. But what I'm saying is, if a house is your vision, if you put a house as your vision, hey Monica, thank you for joining. If you put a house as your vision, then you have to be on your job at least 2 years. Which I'm saying is, if you don't have a job right now, then why put a house on your vision board? Because what's going to happen is you're going to get depressed, discouraged, and you're not going to be motivated to fulfill that thing. So you have to start off with smaller pieces. And if you start off with smaller pieces, this particular book right here, and any vision workbook, this is just the one that I use. Any vision workbook will help you to create an action plan to bring it to pass, but it starts off with small steps. So your first vision board would not have a house on it. Your first vision board would have a job on it. That would be your first vision. Seeing yourself working, defining what type of job you want, defining the skills that the job needs, finding the company, taking interviewing workshops, having a resume building package. Hey, Shaquila, Kiki, you all, she got some great stuff at her boutique. Check out Shakila Kibu, she sells everything except herself. She's a God-fearing woman, so don't take that out of context. So, hey, Sean. Hey, thank you for joining. But what I'm saying is, you start with that small milestone. That's what goes on the vision board. I'm so sick and tired of people doing these vision boards and telling me they don't work. That's just like saying God don't work. A lot of people say, I went to church and I gave my money and the pastor, he a hypocrite. God works if you let him. If you let them, and it ain't gonna be like a Christmas gift, like a leprechaun, like none of that, Santa Claus, none of that. God says every step you take towards him, he'll take towards you. So every time you move towards getting your vision done, getting closer to God, he gonna shorten the distance to your vision, and he gonna get closer to you. So he's not a Santa Claus. You gotta have the what, the faith, the two, the action, and S. You gotta define what your success is, and by defining what your success is, you gotta make that thing realistic. Don't put a house on your first vision board. Boo, that's too big. Baby, if you ain't got the job and you ain't got the credit and you ain't got the money, that's too big. You gonna fail. You gonna fail. You gonna get, I'm not speaking failure into your life. I'm just saying that it makes your distance to success longer. So in order for you to get those small successes, you have to make your milestones feasible, and you have to commit to yourself to walk those milestones out. Going back to the example with the house, you first have to have that job for 2 years, but you first got to get the job. And if you do have a job, you need to decide if that's a job you want to stay on. Is there job security there? And then also you got to make sure you got the credit. So after you get the job, or maybe you have the job and you've been on that job for a few years, do you have the credit for a house? And if you don't, then now you got to do credit building. Now you got to pay off some debt. Now you got to build some credit. This is what I'm saying. Does this make sense? Give me some hearts or some thumbs up and just show me that this makes sense. That it steps to getting to your vision. And when people make these vision boards and they put these big old giant things like a husband, a house, and millions of dollars and a big Bentley car, you are making the distance to your victory longer. But what you, instead of putting a Bentley, maybe you should put a Chrysler, or maybe you should put a Lexus, something that's smaller. And then once you pay off that and you keep the maintenance on that, then you can upgrade to a BMW or a Mercedes. And once you keep the maintenance on that and pay off that, so that's how you do the vision boarding. Small steps, small pieces, and get you a vision workbook. I do not mean a planner. Ladies and gentlemen, you need a planner for basic life. That gets you time management. That gets you from Sunday to Saturday. I don't know who lives their life without a calendar, without dates of events and times, but it ain't me. In order for me to accomplish the billions of things that I have going on, and I'm sure that you have going on, everybody got to schedule something. You got to write down in there your kids' doctor's appointments. You got to write down there the appointment for your teacher's conference. You got to write down there the day that they come to service your cable, the day you need to go service your car. Vision boarding requires an action plan. And these vision workbooks this particular vision workbook helps you create an action plan. Not a planner. That's not going to work. A planner is just going to get you efficient time management. You actually need a planner. And I also put that link on the page. I don't have anybody to pin it. But for example, when I did my vision board, and let me show you a picture before we go. I want to also show you some resources so you won't think that I'm just kidding. These are some of the resources that I use to ensure. Are they going to let me switch the camera? They're going to let me, that I use to help me stay on track. Most of these are all by Cindy Trim, but I do have other resources. These resources were actual good for reading. They were easier read. And this one in particular, Rules of Engagement. This is the art of strategic prayer and spiritual warfare. For those of you that feel like the devil is attacking you from left and right, and he's preventing you from getting to where you're going, or he's just hurting you more, getting this book right here. It's available on her website, and she's also on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm definitely for women's empowerment. This is not about me. This is about us. get this book. If you're an entrepreneur, get this book. If you're a minister, anything you're doing that you know that the devil's going to fight you to keep from coming to pass, get this book. So it's not just about me doing visions and not researching how to make that vision come to pass. History maker, arise and take your place in leading change. What you have inside of you is a change. You have something that's going to impact your generation, your culture, or the people that's coming after you. And finally, last but not least, if you all saw it, this was my vision board. I want you all to take a look at it. Maybe it looks like most vision boards, maybe it doesn't. See, right here, I put a unicorn because I feel like I'm unique, right? Baby, don't come out. I'm on the door, okay? And right here it says, let's take a look. It says, follow your arrow. That's your destination in life. This is my vision. It says, wonderful will challenge. Don't take out, take in. First of all, I'm trying to lose weight, so I can't keep eating out because for some strange reason, you gain more weight when you eat out than when you eat in. And also, I want to save, and it's some more saves and dollars down here. And my goal right here is $10,000 because I want to go to Vegas and I want to take my husband there for his birthday. Right here it says, I thought I was just getting old. This is for those people that say, I'm too old for a vision to come to pass. I'm too old, can't teach a old dog new tricks. I'm too old to do anything new. You are never too old. If God bore you to do something, either they say if it's, how does it go, mama? Those who can do, those who can't teach. Even if you're too old to sing or to tour or whatever it is, you can teach somebody else. Whatever that thing is that you would do for free, that's a part of your passion. This here is a picture of Rocket Man. And I used this picture. It says End of the Rainbow here. I use this picture because if you've seen the movie Rocket Man, you would see that this was his pivotal moment. This was where he had to pivot in his life and he had to make a change. This is where he realized that everything that he was doing was not where he wanted, was not leading him to where he wanted to be. He got here and he had done dressed himself up and he had wore the costume long enough and he finally says enough is enough and he had to make a change. Right here, this is my goal, credit increase. That's my future. My credit will be increased in the future. And this is my faith. My faith is it's already done. Because if you believe in God, then you definitely believe that the story was already written. Hello, Natalie. How are you today? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll definitely talk later. I love making these good jobs. Thank you. And we'll have to do some networking together. This is my faith. This is my F. It's already done. Because I believe that whatever God has placed in me, he's going to help to make come to pass. And that is, I'm not just doing this because of Christianity. Your God could be Buddha. Your God could be Muhammad, Allah. Your God could be Krishna. Whatever your faith is, there is something inside of you that is beckoning and calling for your faith. It's calling to your soul. It's calling to your spirit and reaching out to you to fulfill. And you have to fulfill that part of your life or you will always be unfulfilled. So to reach that joyful place, that place where you don't have to be medicated, that place where you don't have to wake up every day dreading your day, if you start working in your calling and working in your purpose, there will be a rejuvenation of your spirit. And at the end of this board, I wrote, I win, stand up. It is definitely time for us to stand up. It is time for us to go ahead and get these visions done because we perish if we don't have visions. The person who created the CT scan had vision. The person who created the computer had vision. The person who created the telephone had vision. And I know these seem like big things, but they're not. Because guess what? Just as big as it was to create the computer, somebody created a shoe. I actually created my own. Check this out. Boom. I designed this shoe online. Yes, I did. And it's not big to you, but this is my definition of success. and it don't stink. It's Italian leather, a nice construction. I would have preferred a softer insole. So right now I'm working with production to get a softer insole on my shoe. But what I'm saying is, you can't let other people define what success is for you.